Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy DeAndre Swanson coming to you once again, man, from the Oval Office, from the Sanctuary up here. So happy Friday, everybody, man. Today was a really good day, a really beautiful day. We had I forget the name of the gentleman who came out. Project Teen Talk or something like that. A gentleman came out, had a guest speaker, very inspirational, talking to the kids about the power of positivity, and also taking off your mask, kind of trying to these things that we hide behind. We put these facades up, pretending to be a certain way, maybe even trying to appear to be happy when deep down inside we know we're not. A message that I'm sure preached to everybody, not just the kids, but definitely all the adults, the faculty, and the staff in the building. So that was really dope. We got off to a good start with that, and kind of with that in mind, just the way that the day has been going, I feel like that I really wanted to talk about something heavy, deep, and impactful, and I want to kind of do this in a very short, clear, and concise kind of way. And man, I think my message for today is going to be simple, and that is to watch your mouth. Okay, watch your mouth. I know in the word it says, and I don't know exactly what scripture it is. I can go back and look this up. I think it's in Ecclesiastes. It talks about how our tongue or our mouth is such a small part of our body, and it makes the comparison of your tongue being the same as a rudder on a ship. It's a very small part of the ship, but even though it's very small, it's very impactful and powerful in that when it moves the entire ship in a direction that it wants to go. And so that kind of determines the course of where the ship is headed to. And I think that one thing that I am learning, and this is something that I think that was worth the price of tuition or admission if you look at it like that, to be in college, man, like the power of what we say. Okay, in the word it also says that the power of life and death are in the tongue, and it is so vitally important, especially in today's day and age. And young people, I want y'all to listen to this, and I want you to heed this, because this is something that I myself have struggled with. There are plenty of people, plenty of adults who have all probably experienced something very similar to this in their lifetimes too, man. When you lose your temper, when you kind of aren't necessarily thinking, aren't trying to control your impulses, and you kind of get in your feelings and your emotions a little bit, and you allow for that stuff to kind of take over, you will say anything, and ultimately, man, your words are going to be something that you get held accountable for. I want to say this again. Young people, middle school children, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, all the way up through adults, high school and all the way through adults. Be careful, man. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Everybody doesn't need to know what you're thinking. You don't have to always, just because you didn't get your way, or you get upset, or you get angry about a situation, you do not have to give people a piece of your mind, let people know, or tell people off. Because a lot of times when we speak in anger, we say stuff that later on we're gonna end up regretting anyway. And man, I'm so glad to get on here today. There are so many young people, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's social media, the influences of some of the messages that young people are seeing, but there are so many young folks who I feel like are kind of snapping and losing it. And man, I want you to be armed with the knowledge, armed with the understanding that what you say is going to be something that you get held accountable for. Okay? And now, I don't want to be hypocritical at all, because I know for a fact that there's been some times when I got to run in my mouth, and I think that this is vitally important too. And I think that I'm at this point, and I feel really good about this, because there's been a time in my life when I definitely didn't have a filter. I definitely didn't care what I said, who I said it to, how they received it, how they took it, how they perceived it, or how it made them feel. And so coming to the understanding now of just how important my words are, I know how to choose them very carefully. And I want to thank the good Lord up above for that, man, because there have been some times, and there probably been some people who will watch this video and be like, yo, who is that guy talking right there? Because I know for a fact my tongue is as sharp as a razor blade, okay? As any two-edged sword. I know for a fact I done cut some people with some of this quick wit, and also with some of these, formulated and calculated responses, a little bit of this unnecessary sarcasm too. And so I know with which I speak. Okay, I'm speaking from personal experience, man. You got to be careful about what you say. We got to watch our mouths out here. We got to watch our mouths out here, young people especially, because I think we see certain examples and we see certain things maybe on TV. Again, we looking at these phones all day, and I think you see these people talking any kind of way, acting and behaving any kind of way, and we think that we can do that in our own lives, man. And listen, all of this stuff, all of this disrespect, all this animus, all this this negativity and vitriol that comes out of your mouth, you're gonna get held accountable for it. I can guarantee you that. And if you're in a situation where, we're in a public setting like school, man, there's certain things that you just cannot say in today's day and age, the political climate, with what's happening in schools and stuff like that. You must be careful, young people. Again, I want to urge all you young people, all my adults out there, just be mindful and be careful about what you say. Be careful about the things that come out of your mouth and what it is that you're trying to communicate. Sometimes we say things that we don't even mean to say, and say them in a way that we didn't mean to say it, but it still ends up having a very expensive price tag on it, man. Okay, I wanted to hop on real quick, man, and just tell everybody that watch your mouth. Okay, watch your mouth. Put a guard over your mouth. Develop that filter. Learn how to think before you speak. Learn how to think before you act. There's this big college educated word out here called metacognition. Okay, that means thinking about what you're thinking about. Okay, so that's 2 levels deep. Figure out a way, okay, and work on, is what I'm about to say, is it necessary? Is it kind? Okay, is it polite? Is it going to help somebody? Or is it going to hurt somebody? Because ultimately, when we say things that hurt other people, eventually those things come back to hurt us. Okay, so watch your mouth. I love y'all. We're going to holler at y'all later. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. It's going to be a good weekend. Love y'all. Peace.